Jack is going to try and do that because I've got something else to do. Down lights in, and what happened then? Couldn't really talk. The plan is, because they want a bit of mood lighting round, customers telling me that's over 40 years old, and dare I say it, it shows. They are becoming my favourite customers, because when I turn up here, even when I quote, "Do you want a tea? Do you want a tea, Mike?" Yes, I do. That would be delicious, thank you. I like a bit of whittling, me. I thought I'd just build that in my spare time. Jack's been ages over there, don't really know what he's doing, but I've had fun either way, so.
Using my plough.
So you're going to plough it in?
Yeah, we're ploughing it straight in.
So, enough waffling, better get on. Yo, good morning. Hopefully it's quite a windy day. Me and Jack, or Jack and I, we've got some garden lighting to do. So hopefully it stays dry with a bit of luck. So what we'll do, that's our plan. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the corner. Turn your notifications on. We try and put videos up 2 times a week. And yeah, that's us. That is Jack. So, plan is, we've already come and done a lot of electrical work here. We've also put into this shed in here, we have a metal clad 2-gang socket. So our plan is, in this, we're going to put a metal clad fuse spur next to it, a Whisker 308 box, run some armoured out from here, because in the Whisker we are going to have our wireless switching. As we all know, I absolutely love that stuff, especially for garden, because I haven't got to run a switch line back to the house, and we can put that anywhere. So this shed is very, very full with stuff, so the plan for that is we're going to try and see, well, Jack is going to try and do that because I've got something else to do. He's going to try and bring it down in that corner in the shed, and then we're going to run it externally down, because if not, we're going to empty the whole thing, and we're not going to do that. And the plan is to put some, there's 5 spike lights going to go in, so one there, one down there, one where Jack is, and then one that way. So Jack's going to get on with doing all that. We're going to be using gel joints, obviously, for all that. Obviously, Whisker 308s all the way around, full gel for all those. And then what I'm planning on doing, if it's possible, is all around this conservatory, all around in the soffits, we're actually going to be putting some down lights in. I don't know what happened then, couldn't really talk. Going to put some down lights in. Hopefully, it's quite a narrow soffit, so all being well, that's what the plan is, because they want a bit of mood lighting round, because they've got a lot of, I think it's called festoon lighting, that was up there, and we've worked out that festoon lighting and this stuff that's all around on the fencing, the customer's telling me that's over 40 years old, and dare I say it, it shows. A lot of the points are all broken. Still works, believe it or not, some of it, but it's past its prime, should we say. So we've got some little furry friends as company today. So we've got these little bad boys coming out to check on us, make sure we're doing a good job. So yeah, that being said, better get on. Tea's getting cold. I must admit, this customer, they're becoming my favourite customers. Dare I say it? There, I've said it. They are becoming my favourite customers, because when I turn up here, even when I quote, "Do you want a tea? Do you want a tea, Mike?" Yes, I do. That would be delicious, thank you. So, enough waffling, better get on. Okie dokie, we are getting on a bit now. So I've had to change my plans slightly. Originally, I wanted to have one down light in the centre of those French doors, one in the centre of that wall, and then the 3 along there. But where those centres are, sod's law, isn't it? There's a rafter right smack bang in that centre, so that's not going to work. So I've had to change my plan, and now we've got two on that side, 2 in this over the doors, and then still 3 down that long run, which works well. Now you might see, I don't know if you can see it from there, The way I figured that out, they're a bit of a weird centres on the joist, to be honest. They're 450 centres, which is standard is normally like 600, 400 centres, something like that, but it is what it is. So the way to work that out is I slide all the tiles back, well, I'd say all of them, but some of them, slide them back, and then I can figure out where they are, and then mark out. Now what I find to getting my cables through from the other end, because I don't think you can see that actually. So down there you've got, it's sunny, so that light switch there is actually controlled via the switches in the conservatory. Then that used to feed all these festoon lights all the way along. So we're getting rid of that, putting a Whisker 308 up there. Sorry, it's a bit sunny. Whisker 308 on that end, and obviously coming into there, that's what's fed from. Now, to get my cables from one light to the other, I use a combination of things. We use the cable tongue, as the client's son turned around, was taking the mick out of me, because he knows full well that I love a good cable tongue. So I use a combination of that and the old super rods with the ball and chain. Just saying to Jack, actually, because I did the soffit lights on a previous video at the front of the house from at this house, and it worked absolutely perfectly. Excuse me 1 second while I answer the phone, hold tight. Right, another wasted phone call. Right, what that was is, so the ball and chain, it works really well if you use the flexi end on it, because you can drop it through and then you use your magnet to obviously catch it and pull it down into it, which is what we've done. Now, one of the things I always say is make sure you put your, I know it sounds stupid, but if you put your tiles back now, you won't forget. And I even had a joke with a client about it when I did the front, and then I literally went to drive off because I got distracted with something else, and then I went, roof tiles, completely forgot. So what an idiot. So Jack has been getting on nicely, haven't you, Jack, doing your garden stuff?
Yeah.
So Jack seems to do all the armoured stuff, you lucky boy. You quite like it though, to be fair, don't you?
I enjoy armoured stuff.
It's quite nice. So the plan is as always, is we lay all the cables out, we terminate it all, and then we'll bury it all in one go. And obviously we need to gel them, but I can't do that until I've got my spike lights, which haven't turned up yet, so a bit annoying. And on that note, I better give them a call. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of an update. Me and Jack have had food because we were starving. So these are the lights that we're fitting, just in case you hadn't seen these before. These are made by Bright Source, they are. So, and they've all got push fit connectors on there, and they are also all colour selectable and output selectable, so you can either go 8 watts or 10 watts. For the gardens, I tend to find that warm white looks better in the evening. It's a bit more of a richer feel to things, so that's why we use that. So what the plan is now, so we've got, I'll show you around here. So we've got all these up, so these are all in fitted now. We're going to be taking all this old stuff down. So we're going to be taking all that old stuff down anyway, and the plan is, so we're going to get that cable there, we're going to bring that back down, Whisker 308, so onto there, which is one of these bad boys. So they're going to mount that up there, so that's going to go up in replace right to the top, and then bring both of the cables through here, and then that then is switched over there behind a really cool jukebox, which is very, very old, but actually can be used. So Jack is doing a wonderful job of all the terminations. We still haven't got our spike lights yet. They are going to be delivered. Still waiting for those. So, well, me and Jack were, before we break, we had a bit of a chat about college. And I didn't realise that Jack doesn't do any practical work at college at all. Do you, mate?
No, the only practicals are the like end of unit exams as such. I think there's the only practical I've done is a health and safety one, and it was just to do with ladders and scaffolding.
Which is, I find that mad. that they don't do that, but I imagine there's a lot of theory and stuff, but they don't do any practical. So everything that quite scary really, because everything that Jack learns on a practical side is via me. So God help him really. he's gonna need a bit more help, isn't he, really? Right, my bit's all done. We're still waiting for the spike lights to turn up, so we're all sorted. All these lights are on. Jack's just faffing about over there, so I thought, oh, I might as well keep myself busy, and I thought, I found a few scraps of wood, and I thought I like a bit of whittle in me. I thought I'd just build that in my spare time. Jack's been ages over there, don't really know what he's doing, but I've had fun either way. So yeah, and then also the customers were also brought out, like I say, favourite customers in the world, brought some more tea out, but then the cheek of it asked if they can have one of their biscuits back because they've forgotten they've brought them all out here. Unbelievable, isn't it, Jack? Not on. I did tell her. I says, "Who do you think you are? These are ours now. You've handed them over, and now you're saying you want them back." No shame, some people. No shame. The garden spike lights have turned up. So what I generally do, there's 5 of them to do, as we all know. Get it all set up on here. We always put a bit of conduit, a bit of Flexicon. Funnily enough, we've me and Nick have exchanged some mats, or have we just stolen? You decide. So yeah, we put a bit of Flexicon on, and obviously if you're using Flexicon, you've got to use one of Nick's mats to protect it, obviously. So Jack's just going to wire those in. It just gives it a little bit more protection, although a spade is going to go through that, let's be honest. But it just protects it from other elements and stuff like that, so it gives it a little bit more. So Jack is now wiring those up. So what I'll do is I'll just place each light out ready to go as we go around the garden, and get that sorted. And then what I'm going to do is, once those bits are sorted, we'll test it all, and then we can gel it. But I'm going to get Jack to do all the final connections in here. I've got all the bits and bobs for him, but I'm going to get Jack to plan how he wants to do it, and I'm going to get him to film it, not me. So like I say, he's got it all to this point now, so pretty much there. So I'll tell you what, once Jack's, unless he's already done that one, because he's pretty quick at these, to be honest. But yeah, they're Knightsbridge spike lights, if anyone's interested, and these are warm white because it looks better. And then that's before we snuck that lid on there, didn't he? So that is basically the end result on there. So it's all sleeved up appropriately, and then once we've all got it all tested out, which, like I say, there's 5 of them to do, we'll then cover it all in gel. So you hold it like that, completely submerge it with gel, put the lid on, and then let that go off. So yeah, and then we'll just dot these round with the client wherever they fancy them, really. But obviously we've got some burying work to do. So right, better get cracking because the day is getting on.
So guys, I am here with Mike, and we're in the shed, and here we have the power. This is where we're going to be wiring up the power for all of the lights. So this is our spotlight cable that I've brought in up here. Mike's probably shown you that already. And we're going to be getting the power off this here. So I'm going to come up, and I think I'm going to put another what's it called? That's the one. Cleat on it. Bring it up, and where is the old spur? So this is the actual fuse spur. I'm gonna bring the cable in with a gland, which I've already cut. That's gonna come up with a gland, and then this bad boy is gonna be put on here, and I'm gonna run a bit of 2.5mm between the two to get the power to the spur.
Okay. Is that all you're gonna do on that?
And then I'm gonna wire it up.
Okay. So what are we going to use so if we're going to wirelessly switch it, there's a bit missing in between that lot. So you've got the first bit bang on, what you're going to need, okay.
This receiver.
So you've got your receiver, haven't you?
That one
so we're going to wire that into the 308, okay. So So
oh, you're putting a whiskey box underneath it.
yeah. So what Jack said there initially was absolutely bang on. So we're going to get our feed. If you show the girls and boys at home that, so you're going to get your feed there like you had, absolutely bang on. And then if you can, if there's enough room, to try and get that on, so that will take your wireless receiver, and then you wire that into there because that's your outgoing leg, and then that gives the client the switching ability to inside the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're pretty much there, to be fair, mate. It's just that last the bit in between. Because in fairness, if they didn't want the wireless switching, what you've just done there with obviously having it into a fuse spur is absolutely spot on. If they just wanted to turn it from here, but they want to be able to turn it from the house. So that's what it is. So we'll leave you with Jack to get on with those. And once he's got that bit sorted, I can then test the outside and get gelling. Gelling time. Right, Jack's going to get on with the burying all the armoured. What are you doing, mate?
Using my plough.
So you're going to plough it in?
Yeah, we're ploughing it straight in. It's the new weapon of choice. Look at it. See?
It's
the new revolutionary way to bury your armoured. It's quick, simple, clean, it's easy.
Done. Boom. We're going to get it unsorted. Nice one. He ain't right in the head, that one. Do worry about him at times. Rightio. The gel's all gone off now, so we've just paired this up. So I'll just quickly go through that just in case you didn't know how to do it. So on here there is a pairing button, which is that bad boy. So you press and hold that for 3 seconds and it will start blinking in this corner. And once you've done that, you just press your switch once and the red LED there will indicate that it's now on and paired up, which then would give us the spike lights, which are now on. So Jack's just buried that lot there. So as you can see from that bad boy, Jack's puffing and puffing. I don't know what the hell he's been doing. And so that's on. We've got one here now. They can all be moved around by the client to suit. One behind there, one behind there. So what we'll try and do is we'll get a photo from the client this evening, if possible, and then that way we can then show you girls and boys, because you don't normally get to see it, because I'm not going to stop here till it gets dark. So we're just going to turn these soffit lights on, and then that's basically it. So I'll show you those. 1 second, please hold. Okay, so that is said soffit lights all on all the way round. So it's been a really productive day. Jack's been ploughing the garden. I've also built myself a boat. So yes, been very busy. But yeah, actually the results will be stunning tonight on those. So like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. But if not, from me and you, which is me and Jack, we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys, take care.